everyone. It's great to be here. A very small, familiar environment. I didn't know what to expect, to be honest. It's always good to talk about type, especially to non-designers. I don't know, sorry, maybe there are some designers in the room. It's one of those things in life we give for granted, like water or air. We don't really think about it unless it stinks or there's none. So that's good. It's good because everyone uses letters. Everyone should respect letters because they convey our feelings and thoughts, and we can connect with past and even the future. It's a virtual tool if you want. So I am the graphic designer and typographer for Contra Mundum, and I've been designing books since 2012 for the press. For this particular one, maybe the challenge was to respect lineation, because when you treat poetry, there are certain things that you have to pay attention to. The first thing you see is the cover, of course, and people tend to look at the cover and judge the book. But I'm really interested in the inside of the book. You know, how can I design the inside of the book so that it's more comfortable for the reader? But not only that comfort, that it's sort of generic. It should depend on the content. So every text, every manuscript deserves a different type of attention to the details, to what the text is about, and how the text wants to be read. Because the question is what is reading and what is reading for? It's really magical if you want, but I'm sure you can find your own answer for what reading is for. Well, typography is part of the history of writing. And typography is writing with prefabricated letters. It's not rocket science, but you have to understand two things. You have to understand what writing is, and you have to understand what prefabricated letters are. So when you understand these two, you understand what typography is. So it's writing with prefabricated letters. Writing comes from calligraphy or handwriting in general. And prefabricating letters means essentially to create fonts of type. And once you can manage the tool as it is, because the font is a delivery mechanism for type. Once you put the two together, then you can render a text. You can put a cloth or a dress on the text. And you can say typography is what language looks like. It's not my own. I'm quoting someone else here, but it's a nice way of putting it. And maybe one thing I should highlight from the book, and I think it will be translated later with the images in the movie, is the part named quartet, because it was very rhythmical and unusual for the book. There are 4 columns that run side by side, so I had to pick 4 different typefaces to render the columns. There are 2 sans and 2 serifs. Those are, I don't know if you know the terminology, but basically letters with shoes and letter without shoes. And it's very rhythmical. I had to match the lines and the vertical spacing so that they match up and they end where they should end. But indeed, this is what I do for all the books. If you look at the pages, they don't, any page, each and every page, I swear, they just end where I want them to end. It's not that I leave it to the machine. I want the machine to do what I want. And this is perhaps the difference between AI and a designer. We can ask the right questions, and we should. So, well, thank you for listening.